Yes, guys, we're live again, and obviously, we would expect on a Friday evening at this time it would be me and Nui absolutely slaughtering each other like we do on Instagram because it's North London banter, right? And now, obviously, Nui, we know, is had to go off and start a new job and new work, so good luck to him on that, and we wish him all the best. When he does get free time, we'll definitely have him back on at some point. But yes, but until then, we have decided to rechange it. We have now called it not even Premier League banter anymore. We're now calling it Banter the Rivals. Banter the Rivals. Anyone from the top six or anyone in the leagues can come on and just slaughter, not personally attack people, but let's put it that way. But in a football sense, slaughter people. Like Charlie, I know, is still at the tender age of 14, like his football club. Like it's
already.
See what I mean? Already, we're already starting already, man.
We're 2.5 minutes in, and it's already got going.
Yeah. So, how are you, my friend?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
You're not too bad. So, like I said, obviously you're still growing with your football club at the minute, but we'll get there. You'll get there. Don't worry, you'll get there eventually. Yeah, obviously the main title is pretty much following on from last week, which was Spurs being Spurs, right? Getting beaten by the worst Arsenal side in their history, and then getting knocked out by Dynamo Zagreb in terrific fashion. Beautiful fashion.
I just want to remind Spurs fans that their manager did get arrested on Monday. We played him on Thursday and lost 3-0.
How is it you get beaten by someone who's in prison? Who has to do his tactics via a Zoom call.
It's already going, is it, Talk?
This is how it feels to be City. This is how it feels to be small. This is how it feels when your club means nothing at all. I did send you the links.
Come on, Talk, man, you.
Yeah, I was going to put the link in the chat. Come on. Right, this is an open door session, so anyone can come on and just banter the crap out of people. So, but yeah, I'm still waiting for your shot yet, Charlie.
Me? Oh, you wait, mate. You wait.
Yeah. So obviously Arsenal doing what they do best, which is going back to normal, drawing 3-3 with West Ham after being 3-0 down. Thank you, Arteta. Right.
Arteta in.
Oh, don't you? No. No, let's not go down that bus, right? Seriously. Nosy neighbours who won the lottery.
We're constantly in your head. We're in your head rent-free. We're in your head rent-free. That's all I'll say.
Just doing thumbnails, but yes, thank you, mate. I got one already. But yeah, no noisy neighbours already who won the lottery. That's good. That's fucking quality. That is. Trust Arteta. No, fuck Arteta. Right? Why would I trust a manager who quite happily would go to get against Man City and go, Guardiola, how do you like it? Right? Honestly, right? That was it's literally bending over. Honestly, it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing, but I mean, you were loving every probably minute of it. You were just probably sitting there saying, "Why can't we just tear them apart?" Right? Just rip us a new one, right? So, but yeah, obviously, what did you think of Arsenal's illustrious performances over the season?
Well, it's been world class, down where you belong, down in 15th place at one point. It was brilliant, I've got to admit.
Oh my god, he's 40. This guy is 14 years old, the same age as his football club, and I'm getting bantered by him. I'm getting bantered by that's someone that's probably nearly half my age. Literally nearly half my age. I'm 26. Right? This is how bad my football club is.
Is that the only line you've got, Stephen? The same age as your football club?
That's pretty much it. That's all I've got there. That and probably you've got the same amount of trophies as Tottenham Hotspur.
Oh Jesus! Don't
So
go there.
if you've got the same amount of trophies as Tottenham Hotspur and we call them not relevant, does that mean you're not relevant? Well, at least you could win the cup. Well, hang on. If Tottenham win the Carabao Cup in April before you win the league, and you ain't won the league yet, I could literally go next week and just go, "Hey, they've won more trophies than you." Someone who last won the title in 60-61 has won more trophies than City. He's had to hide the badge now. He's had to hide the badge.
Please, whatever you do, Pep, don't let Tottenham win that game. Please.
Best football brain in your yeah, right. that is on a wind up. I'm incapacitated, but honestly, I got a better football brain than Arteta, right? And that's saying something. Right? that guy has literally no clue what he's doing half the time, honestly. But I mean, how do you go 3-0 down against Lingardinho?
You let Lingard score a goal.
Oh
You
my
must be
God!
ashamed of yourself.
No. And that's the thing, is because he was so shit for England.
We
basically bought him a fucking ticket into the fucking England side. But I mean, honestly, San Marino didn't let him score a goal. San Marino didn't let Jesse Lingard score a goal, yet Arsenal did.
That's just embarrassing. That is embarrassing, Stephen.
Jokes here, you know the love I got for you. Keep it up, spread. Yes, thank you. But yeah, I'm surprised no one wants to that no one's turning up yet. So, right, where are you? Let's be having you.
Edible, right. Stephen.
I am literally gonna find that clip. Honestly, I'm gonna find that clip and play it because I'm using it all the time now. But honestly, this season's just an absolutely atrocious. I'm done. I want the season to end. I want it to end. But yeah, City. Yeah, I don't get with City. Right, it's just nowadays you're like obviously one of the big clubs in Europe, but no one's really. I still feel like you're from what growing up, which is the small club literally next to Man United. I mean, obviously Man United are still way above you. Right?
On history, Manchester's red, but it's currently blue.
No, it's red, mate. It's fucking red.
It's current.
It's red.
I said on history. Let me have it. Let me have it.
No. You got to win the Champions. You got to win the quadruple, mate. You got to win the quadruple, mate. Then you might have a shout.
Just let me have it once.
No. You could have done if you won the Manchester derby. Instead, you got Jesus to make a challenge in the box.
Jesus Christ, man! No.
Yeah, Jesus. Jesus really fucking helped you on that one. He definitely needed a confession after that. Fucking hell.
That weren't even meant to be a pun. It just.
Do you still watch? Yeah, I still watch Lee every now and again. But I'm busy focusing on my channel, to be honest. So Red and blue make purple. Purple rain.
How's it gone from Manchester to purple rain?
Because you won't accept it being red.
It's not fucking red.
It's fucking red.
It's blue. Sugar.
He's doing his expressions. He's doing an expression.
1 minute.
It's a nonsense.
Oh my god, I'm having a stinker.
Hang on, you're gonna have backup here. We've got Ray here. Right, he's gonna have
Yes,
backup
Ray.
here.
Yes,
Right.
Ray.
Yes.
He's gonna make the case about being red or blue. Right?
There's no case to be made, mate. There's no case.
Oh no.
Whatever Charlie says, there's no case, mate. Blue.
Oh, that's Talk Manu. You gotta come on here now. All right. We get Talk Manu on here. We'll have a proper discussion, the debate about it. I mean, Arsenal, London is
Bring it. This is Charlie. Bring it.
Where let's be having you. How are you, my friend? Anyway,
I'm all right. I was doing some work, and then I got this message from you. I thought, go on, then. I'll pop on. I've got a new show out tomorrow. I won't bore you guys with this women's football show, and trying to get ready for that. I've got a live. I'm not sure if anybody else is doing it or how many other people are doing that kind of thing on women's football. I've been.
I've been trying to do it on my channel, but I mean, like I've got the Grand Prix in the middle of the North London women's derby, so tomorrow. So it might just be I'd have to. I'm following both at the same time, and then because obviously the F1 will end, and then I'll just carry it on afterwards. So, I'll keep in touch with like the women's game, but obviously Man City again are like with his
miles better than Man United. Yeah, I know. Don't worry, mate.
Oh yeah. In terms of that one, you're probably miles ahead of Man United, but you're not. You're miles behind Arsenal, right? You're miles behind.
You are.
In the women's football game.
No, in overall trophies, yeah, but for the last few seasons, Arsenal have been dropping back.
Yeah. I can't remember the last time we won it. I think it was it 16, 17? Can't remember.
It's a while ago because, I mean, to be honest, Chelsea are the team to beat now. Chelsea are the top dogs in England, I think quite comfortably. Yeah, they're a very good side. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. It'll be a first time to do that. And then on Sunday, because it's 3 games tomorrow, 3 on Sunday, if I can get the software and everything sorted out, I'll do a phone-in. I'm trying to do a phone-in show, but I'm trying to find out what I need to do a phone-in show. And you probably appreciate doing a stream on StreamYard is okay, using something like this on your own. You can do it, but if you're trying to do
Are you serious, Marley?
What's
Marley, mate.
Oh, we're glad we're saying it now.
What's this?
How are you?
I made an analogy of the fact that Arsenal winning the Champions League was about me having Ariana Grande on this channel. Right? It's never gonna happen. Now he's on this agenda. It's gonna happen.
This picture is proof that she's sportsy.
I don't know. It looks like an Arsenal badge on it.
Yeah, she's wearing an American football
Ariana Grande.
A Fluminense.
What?
Ariana Grande is a City fan. Have you not seen her in the City shirt a few years ago?
Oh, she played blue over red. Oh shit!
It's only natural, mate.
Oh shit! I remember that. Yeah, because I remember that actually. Right, because the whole the Manchester thing. So
that's it. If you're beautiful or you got brains, you pick City.
Why did I not find that picture when I was looking up Ariana Grande football on Google?
No, because it's weird. Because the day after that terrible incident happened, or 2 days after, Man United won the Europa League.
What's this? When you
don't have to borrow
but back then, like you didn't win anything that season, so surely she would have gone for that one. Makes sense.
You've not won any. You've not won the league since 2004, mate.
Yeah, I know. I don't need telling.
2013.
Right? That's
why
I'm talking about Arsenal.
Arsenal, and to be honest, most of the winners of the recent winners of the Premier League have been teams in blue. You know, you've had Chelsea, Leicester, and Man City, and that's it. And the only team in red have been Liverpool. You know, you can have a surprise once in the last, 8 seasons.
Well,
so I've got to look at this. When you have your own
right?
stadium that can be filled with 73,000, then I will book you in my diary. I mean, we might have to go back a few years. You might have to go back a few years, but
technically we do have the record for the highest attendance in England.
The highest attendance at a league ground for a league match. That's not, you know, for your own ground. Was it Main Road?
Yeah,
Main Road.
And United's highest attendance was at Main Road. Main Road. So when United was skint, when United was skint, okay, City were lending them kit. That's City lent you the ground. City lent you players. You know, and that's United's record. I think it's still record attendance.
Ouch! This is more like banter of I'm being very subtle, but fuck you.
This is unbeatable banter. You can't beat this.
Yeah. Marley, how are you, mate? I can tell who you've been dreaming about recently.
I'm sorry, what?
Look at the profile pic.
Yeah, I know. Well, I should get a bar guy on that because he lives in Florida.
Yeah, no, that's what's stopping us. Geography,
mate. Niall, how are you, man?
You're all shit. Argyle's the best. Yeah, that shows you all. Best team in Devon, we are.
I'll give you the medal for being the most sarcastic fan ever.
Hey, come back to me when you win a league title.
We'll be winning one next season, don't you worry.
Whoa.
Just remind me. Clip this.
There we go.
Clip it.
Yeah. Marley, I need further confirmation. Is Arteta still shit?
No.
Or you put what Arteta out, Ariana Grande. Oh, so were you putting Ariana Grande as manager of Arsenal then?
No, man. I'm pretty sure I put Arteta in. What are you talking about?
It's
still Arteta in. Mate.
You can't blame Arteta.
By the way, my client has a message for you, Stephen.
My client.
Yeah.
Go on.
My client.
Fuck you. that was it. Arteta just wanted to say that.
Seems
and I have a message. Just get out of my club.
What? Look. Arteta is the GOAT of English football.
Greatest ever manager. Not go there, please. Let's not go there.
He is Arsenal's greatest ever manager.
Better than Wenger and Herbert Chapman ever was.
Yeah, like Arteta.
Did
like
I just
Wenger.
Hear that?
Wenger's not even allowed to lace up his boots. Like Wenger can hold the cones, and Harry Chapman can hold the tactical ball.
Harry Chapman.
Harry Chapman, Herbert Chapman, get it right.
Herbert Chapman, same thing. Isn't it?
Oh,
same thing.
That's it. Hey, still none in the panel. Nice to see you. Arteta in the bin. Yes, put him in the bin.
He's ruining Arsenal, so keep him.
All right, okay. I need it. Look, I don't need it ruined anymore. Thank you. It's bad enough. I think Marley can't take it either.
Because London and Manchester is blue now. You got to deal with it now.
He knows it. Daniel knows it.
What? Manchester's blue. Adam, what's your response? What's your response to Manchester's blue?
Delusional. It's delusional. Delusional. Look at the Premier League titles we've won. Compare it to City.
It's all about history, isn't it? It's all about history because you've got nothing else.
It's mainly
I mean, if Tottenham beat you, they've got more trophies than you.
When Man City win the Champions League,
about history again.
What can we say?
Prove my point.
Yeah, but I would laugh if actually Yank won the title by April and Tottenham.
But the thing is,
I'm sorry, but Manchester's red.
The thing is, guys, okay, all these people shouting Manchester is red. It's all the Premier League. It's only been since '92.
Let him talk.
Talk, Manu. Let him finish. Let him wait.
20 Premier Leagues.
'92.
One at a time. Let Ray finish. Go on.
Okay, it's only been since '92. Before '92, I mean, let's be honest. Manchester United were not. They had a lot of fans, and that were it. They won a few. They'd won a few trophies, but it's since '92. Since the advent of the Premier League, that United have started to win stuff because they've had basically a lot more money than anybody else. And before that, I think Villa had got more big pots than United before the Premier League started. Yeah. And that's basically the difference in the last 30 years. United have won about 15 Premier League, 15 league titles.
66 trophies, and you tell me where we've ever had any money from anyone. We've never had no money from no one.
History again.
Listen, no, Charlie, wait, guys.
Overall, Manchester United's better.
Hold on.
One at a time.
Listen, let me just make my point. Where have we ever got money from? We only ever got money through winning. No one's ever come along and gone, yeah. There's all the fucking money you want in the world.
No. Yeah, anybody who says where do we get money from? No. Let me correct people. Okay. Any single person that comes on and says we won it from our own money, from the money we got from gate receipts, is a lie. Clubs have got money from their owners, and it's always happened. Liverpool won their first league title. Back in the day, was about 1903 or 1899, whenever it was, because their owners stuffed a load of money in. Liverpool, I'm just going to use them as an example because they're a prime example. Liverpool were only formed because the owner of Anfield, Everton used to play there, he put the rent up. He tried to stiff them. So they said, we're not having this, we're leaving.
Blackburn did it before Liverpool did.
What's that?
They did it in the if you've watched the English game, Blackburn did it as well.
Yeah,
they bought players when it was illegal.
Yeah, well, that's it. Everybody's done it. City have done it. United have done it. But Liverpool were only formed because Everton left Anfield. They went across Stanley Park, got their own, built their own stadium at Goodison. Liverpool, the owner had no tenant, so he formed a new team. Why did he form Liverpool? To make money. That was it. It was not for sporting prowess. It was not like a lot of clubs were formed on the back of things like churches, like St. Mark's at Gorton, to give young men something to do to keep them out of trouble. Liverpool were formed simply to make money, and their owner pumped a lot of money in, and within 3 or 4 years, they'd won the league title. Everybody's done that. United have had rich owners who put money in. Anybody who says that hasn't happened needs to go and actually look at history. Don't come on and say this is the score when they don't actually know the history. All these Liverpool fans are the same. They all talk about I can't say it because my lad's in the room, but they're all walking around like this. Yeah, we do not. But you all started with money. You didn't come out from nothing. And United could have gone out of existence if back in the day when they were brassy, when they were skin, we've already just mentioned it, that City lent them the ground. City lent them kit. United didn't even have kit. United would have probably gone out of business. So please don't come on and say United have done it on their own. And teams were lending them players because they were going to go out of business. So please, go on.
We're talking about money, right? But you've got to put it into context in terms of like the amounts of money you're talking about here. Back in the day, you're not talking. If you was to go back and look at the value of the money then to the value of the money now, it's nowhere near.
That doesn't matter.
Of course it matters.
It does, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. No. I'll tell you something. Just you saying it don't make it true. Okay? It matters because if you've got double what somebody else has got back in the day, or 10 times what somebody else has got back in the day, 100 years ago, okay, that gives you 10 times as much spending power. You want to have a pop at City. City right now have actually less spending power than United. United is spending more money. United turn over more money than City. And City, for the last, I think, 7 years at least, the owner hasn't put a penny in. The City are working on using their turnover to buy the players and do everything else.
because of FFP. But now FFP's gone, then we're going to see a change on that, I'm sure.
No, you
We're going to
won't.
see a change. Of course, we're going to see a change. Of course, we're all going to. All the clubs are going to take advantage of it.
No. I'll tell you now, that won't happen. All the clubs won't take advantage. Some clubs will, who have got very rich owners who'll put the money in, but all the clubs won't take advantage. You can't make a sweeping statement like that. I'm going to wait to see Oldham Athletic take advantage of the FFP disappearing.
No, that's where the FFP is going to really harm clubs. So the top tier clubs, yeah, they most likely, some of them will take advantage of it. There's no doubt about that. But the clubs down in the lower leagues, that's where it's going to harm the most. Like, we are going to see more people like Bury go out of business because of FFP. And for me, that's the danger we're living.
It's not FFP that makes clubs go out of business.
No, I know that, but also there's plenty of things. Trust me, I know all about the EFL. My club's been in there for years. Like, the EFL are the most fraudulent company in the world.
Look,
but we're gonna see more people go out of business, because if the Premier League teams start spending more money, right, that means that the teams who have to stay in the Premier League are most likely going to try and spend more money. Then you're going to have the Championship spend more money to try and get into the Prem. Not all of them, but the select few that want that piece of the Premier League pie. And there's that dominoes effect. You've got
but it's been happening
the
for
effect
years.
of I know that, but you're going to have the effect of the Premier League spending more money. Then you're going to have the people trying to stay in, spend more money. Then you're going to. It's a dominoes effect.
I don't think the FFP is going to cause that. One of the big problems is it's basically teams. And some dodgy owners who spend beyond their means. Bury went out of business the year they got promoted. So Bury got winning promotion, okay, and they spent a lot of money to do it. They went out of business because the owner, if I remember right, he gave a loan in one of his companies to Bury.
Yeah,
and his company went belly up. And the creditors came in and said, "We want that loan back." And Bury couldn't pay. Was it £4 million? They couldn't pay it.
Yeah,
and
it's quite funny that it's quite funny that all Bury needed to stay safe was £10 million. That is essentially all that all that Bury needed was £10 million. It's just also hilarious how the EFL, when we needed help, we were asking for 250 million during the pandemic. That's the equivalent of what Chelsea spent on players. So that's the thing that pisses me off per se is the fact that the Premier League and they haven't for years, and the EFL probably don't either. No one's actually given a flying fuck about Leagues 1 or 2. It's just actually quite sad that
they give a little bit of money. It's just lip service, the money they give down to them. But on the other hand, it's up to each league to look after themselves, isn't it? It's like the football. But it's up to the women's league. they can't turn around and say and people say we want equality in wages. You can't.
I get that, but the thing is, the money doesn't filter down. Like, it filters down to the Championship. But the other issue is the EFL have never given a damn about Leagues 1 and 2. All they've ever given a damn about is the Championship. That's a fact. And the thing is, like, what I want them to do is split them up. So I want them to split the Championship away from Leagues 1 and 2, so that we can go and try and get our own TV deal. A bit like, obviously, BT have the Vanarama Conference.
But
I would love. I want to still be. I want to still be in the EFL bubble, but I want us to be able to go get our own TV deal.
But you should be able to do that themselves. I mean, let's be honest. Most of the money is for the Championship.
Let Charlie have a website.
On that fight about DFL, they couldn't give less of a shit if they tried. Bury and Bolton went into administration. What did they do? Deduct them a certain amount of points. Same with Sheffield Wednesday this season.
Mm-hmm.
They won't pump money in.
Same with mine. I mean, we were run by the Japanese. We had some Japanese owners, and they just one day just decided to walk away. Just literally. No,
I'm walking away.
They just literally walked away. They just fucked
I
off
don't
back
blame
to
them.
Japan, and they were never to be seen again. and that's the thing. Like, we nearly lost our club because there was no safety protocol. And I mean, the fans that don't really care if someone loses their club, I mean, that's just highly pathetic anyway. And I suggest you ought to learn a little bit about football, but that's just my thought on that.
Marley, you're a twat.
I mean, I can't understand why you don't think that the clubs are going to take advantage of FFP, because surely they are. Because it's all about big names, big status. If Manchester City are in the Champions League, are you telling me that they're not going to then pursue the highest, biggest names in the game to boost their standing in Europe?
And they still won't win it.
They're going to do that.
They've been trying, they still haven't got
We're not even in.
I want to give
one at a time.
Sorry, I just want to give Charlie one final point afterwards, because I need to move to another topic. We'll move to another topic so we can cover.
On that point,
funny.
On that point about FFP, top menu, there's some owners that really don't care, like the Glazers, FSG, the Cronkies, owners lower down like Lemsaghan at Oldham. Yeah, they just don't care. They're not going to pump money into the club, so they're going to gain a disadvantage.
But there are clubs that will. There are other clubs that will do that. Leicester City, Chelsea. There's probably there is more. But clubs that don't do that and expect to then keep up with, like Liverpool, with City. If City keep hold of Pep, if Pep gets Haaland in the summer, right, and then wins the Champions League. That was asked about City. No, if he wins the Champions League, then gets Haaland in the summer, then your owners are going to be all over that and pushing it to get that standard in Europe. We all know that's what you need to be a big boy in Europe. We all know that and understand it. That's fair enough. That goes for any team that hasn't won the Champions League. So that is then going to cause other owners to realise that, listen, if that's going to be the case, you're going to then attract more names, because if you've still got all the Pep, you're going to attract more names. Look at this. Who's this team? This Manchester City. Pep Guardiola won the Champions League. Shit. If FSG, the Glazers, the owners of Leicester, Roman Abramovich want to keep up and really challenge and be on that same stage, they are going to have to put their hands in their dirty big pockets, pull out the wads, and start spending. Because if they don't,
but out of the ones in there, only Chelsea will.
Look, United for so long have been happy to make sure they got the money coming in. They're not bothered about the trophies. Same at Arsenal. The owners are not bothered about the trophies as long as the money. United's income's been going up and up and up. The profits have been going up, and the football's been been great, and they're not been winning the big trophies.
No, I agree with you, Ray. But from United's point of view, it's you try and look at this and work it out. Is it a case of, have they just not found the right combination in order to bring back and sustain what we had under Fergie? Or is it just simply a case of they're not really that bothered? Because I think if you think about it in a business sense, Manchester United, as an ongoing concern in a business, they attract those massive sponsors. I mean, to bring in those sponsors, you need to be in the best competitions, winning trophies, being the team that everybody's talking about and everything else. And at some point, as a businessman, you've got to understand that, wait a minute, shit, if we don't be in that category of winning trophies, being at the top end of it, really at the top end, these sponsors are going to start to go, well, wait a minute, why are we giving you X amount of money? Because, that's not what we're giving you money for. We want you to put our name out there to the world as the best. And it will wane. It will wane.
They're actually giving a lot of money without United winning stuff. And if United were winning stuff, they'd be asking them for more money.
Yeah. Right. We're going to move on to another topic. And obviously, given the fact Arsenal drew 3-3, and it's the usual thing with me at the minute.
We have to talk about Arsenal.
We have to talk about Arsenal. We have to talk about Marley and Arteta in and Arteta out, because he's Arteta in, I'm Arteta out, and I'm trying to get it through He's trying to get it. I'm trying to get it through his head that it needs to happen. He needs to go.
I'm
slander Arsenal.
Do you know, I'm firmly Arteta in. I think you can't get a better manager than Arteta. If you look at Arsenal, the thing is, Arsenal is a mid-table team. They kid themselves and think they're a big team. They're no longer a big-table team. You are an Aston Villa. You are the Aston Villa of the Premier League. You're a disgrace. Like
Aston Villa's in the Premier League.
You've got a fancy big stadium and all of that, but in theory, you're run like a mid-table team. So you are a mid-table club. Right, so you can't honestly sit there and tell me you can go get a better manager than Arteta because you're lucky to have Arteta.
Well, hang on. If Newcastle get Benitez, why can't we?
The thing is, yeah, but you don't deserve Benitez because that doesn't give me joy. Right, you don't deserve Benitez because that doesn't give me personal enjoyment.
He's spitting facts, boys.
The personal enjoyment is getting to watch you lot suffer. So you don't deserve Benitez. So. You have to keep Arteta because if you don't get Arteta, you can have Steve Bruce, and that's about as much.
No. Oh.
It's Arteta
Marley.
or Steve Bruce. Take your pick.
No, Marley. Right, you're gonna have to explain yourself on this one. Why are we still Arteta in, man?
You have Eddie Howe.
Nah, you don't. You're allowed Arteta or Steve Bruce.
Marley, why are you still Arteta in? Please explain.
Graham Potter would be a great fit for Arsenal.
Can your client explain it to us, Marley?
I spent like an hour doing this the other day, man. Are you gonna ask me to do the same thing again?
Yes.
Oh man. I mean, it has a little bit to do with the fact that I don't think we can get much better than him. And honest to God, like I don't. The most important thing that I say is that like I don't see many guarantees out there. In the world of football, you only have like 5 guys that you know are gonna make your team better. I honestly, with Arteta, I feel like our ceiling's quite high, and sure, our floor is quite shit, but that's because our team's quite shit. If we get some stability,
your club's quite
shit. just a good run. I feel like we can go places. What?
There's no stability though.
Who's just a bully?
With stability in the mid table and.
No, you've stabilised yourself as a mid-table team. Don't worry about that.
Great.
I don't think you'll get relegated soon. Maybe 3-4 years time, maybe. But I don't see it being any.
I mean, I'm just saying this right now. I'm just saying this right now. Like Arsenal, like you guys might have had your spark of you guys might have carried on in the top 6 / top 2-ish with Manchester United from the 70s all the way up to the early O's, but like maybe that was just like a phase, like a decent few decades for you guys, and then you guys went back to reality. Because as I show you right now, if I'm gonna do this right now, I know a lot of people can blame the manager, but if you blame just the manager, it's a bit weak, to be honest. I think personally you have to look at the players more than the manager, because the players are fucking getting paid more than the manager and are expected to do a job consistently. And if they don't do it in at least 1 out of 3 games, then that player deserves to be fucking just demolished. He deserves to be demolished. And I mean, and you know, like this, like there's lots of people who just blame the manager, but I mean, if you look at the manager now, you know, has Arteta actually improved anything? He has. There's been some good moments and there's been some bad moments, but you know. Like, I don't know how anyone couldn't have even celebrated a goal against West Ham. Like, we should have, to be honest. I think you should have.
Can we not agree, though, that all of us, that
be positive.
It is down to the manager of any club to get the players at it.
No.
Oh, come on, come on, man. Come on.
Niall, no. Of course it is.
No,
if he's not getting at it, then
but if you think about it, so are you telling me it's Ollie's fault that Fred can't make a 2-yard pass? Is it Arteta's fault that Xhaka is a pile of shit? Like, it's not their, it's not completely their fault, is it?
I'm not about individuals. I'm on about as a team. Individual players.
I hear where you're coming from, Talk Man. I hear where you're coming from, but inconsistent. But the problem, look, like this is the problem. What I'm saying right now. Like we have like those players you just mentioned. Like, look, every player in our team has flaws. Fred's inconsistent with his passing. McTominay is bad with his decision making. Martial struggles to take on shots inside the box and control it with his feet. Rashford. One second. Rashford is a bad decision maker. Bruno Fernandes sometimes makes a bad decision and tries to be too over the top with his passing, which causes teams to counter attack. Wan-Bissaka plays too lining deep next to the centre backs. Luke Shaw always fucking runs like he acts like he's running a fucking cross country when he fucking runs near the fucking other side of the pitch. No, I'm being serious. Like, Maguire's strong when it comes to 1v1s, but does he do stupid stuff in those 1v1s? Yes. Lindelof lacks pace, and David De Gea makes bad decisions as well. You know, everyone has flaws in our team. It's not just the manager. It's not just the manager.
Isn't that bad? But hold on. But when I was like about 18, 19, right, I had a job where I had to do these gas flanges, right, and you had to grind the edges down. And if you ground them down too much, right, they were useless. They couldn't be used. And I did loads and I did them all wrong. And then the guy come over and said, what are you doing with these? And I said, well, that's what that guy showed me how to do it. He said, no, why are you fucking listening to him? You don't know what he's talking about. This is how you do it. And he showed me how to do it. And after that, I didn't fuck any of them up. So it's all about if you're getting told the right thing by the right person or the fucking wrong thing by the wrong person. Again, it comes down to it's in management and coaching. If the two don't gel correctly in terms of what the manager's trying to do, what the coaches are trying to do with the players' frame of mind, they all have to be in the same place at the same time. If that's not happening, then you ain't going to get results.
The coaches are the ones. The coaches are the ones who actually give instructions to the players to actually. So look, the manager actually gives the coaches instructions to give to the players, and then they're expected to do it, and then the manager and the players will regroup and then take it onto the field. What the problem is, right? Fred is it's facts. Fred is what's it called? It has been staying back after training to practice his shooting and his passing. The start of the season, there was clear progress there, but at the same time now it's really inconsistent. And you know, sometimes he'll make really bad passes, but that's on Fred. It's not on the manager.
Well, yeah. I mean, but again, that goes to individual players. If they're just you give them a chance, you try and coach them and teach them technique, everything else. You know straight away, you know what I mean. It's like if I play guitar, I've had loads of people say, "Oh, teach me how to play the guitar," and I'll go, "Okay, I'll give you one simple thing to do, and if you can't do it, I know you're not going to be able to do it." And I see if they can't do this simple one thing, I know it's not going to work because I've tried it so many times and it just doesn't work. So you've got these players like that where you go, "Oh, come on, Mike, we give you a chance, loads of chances. If it's not working, then it's time to let them go." I mean, as much as I like Fred, and as much as I think that maybe in time he might improve, and have we got that kind of time to give him? I'm not sure we have. Just don't know. Anyone?
Yeah,
that's well said. Arsenal is just another car crash, to be honest. Right, I get the point where you can't. I've never. No one might tell out. I do just realise that the board's a problem, the players are a problem. There's a number of problems at Arsenal, right? And but I feel when it comes to management, when it comes to management, Stephen, putting the players out, putting the lineup right, getting the tactics right. I mean, look at West Ham. It's a clear example of how poor the tactics were. And a number of times in the game, yes, we got opportunities, we got goals, but there were a number of opportunities there where they're playing a low block, and I see this often with Arsenal. They play a low block. We play a low block opposition side, and then no one's making sort of in the front three. No one's making the runs that Man City would make to stretch the defense, break open the space for the midfielders to either exploit or play get a pass. No one's doing that. Everyone there is static. So it's so easy to defend against Arsenal.
If you're going to do, you talk about Man City, though, but Man City, the way they do it is because of the when you say patterns of play, the system. They know exactly. They understand their individual roles. This is Pep's genius, and that's what I wanted to say to Ray and Charlie was. All the banter aside, you have to take it off to City and to Pep
absolutely
for everything that you've done and the way that you play your football.
Graham.
I mean, and I did say as well, and I will still stand by what I said to Jan City, which was this ain't. It's not money doesn't turn you into a great club. It's not just money. It gives you an advantage, but to make the most of that advantage, you have to still have a great manager. So, and that's what's happening at Manchester City. Is you've got an advantage with the money, but you need the great manager in there. So we see that. But for Arsenal and like Man United to try and do what City do, I just can't see us having that kind of bravery, because you need to be very, very brave and sure and confident in what you're doing to be able to play that kind of football. Not to panic, never to seem stretched, never to seem that you don't know what you're doing, never to seem out of shape, all over the shop, headless chickens, all these terms that come into play. There's always a case of with City, calm, collected, trust in the system, trust in what you're being told by the manager, trust, and you understand your position and your role. And then the side portion of that is, okay, I understand my position and my role, and then I need to also understand what there's going to be like one or two things that you need to do. If somebody gets pulled out of position at any moment, you've got to then absorb a bit of their role without losing too much sight of your own. But you very rarely see that happening with Manchester City. So this is why they're such a great team. It's for any aspiring wannabe managers now. You should be watching every bit of footage of any team that Pep has managed, looking at it, reading any books about him, because that, for me, Pep's a way to go.
Yeah,
simple as that.
Just ask one more, Marley. So, if you got anything that you need to defend for your client, and be careful what you're saying. All you've done is made me laugh my head off.
No, man. The thing with Arteta is, and with Arsenal actually, like, I honestly feel like this group of players hasn't gotten worse at all. Like, some of them have gotten better. The thing is, most of the Premier League are improving at a faster pace than we have. And I know that's an issue. I really do. The thing is, I feel like it's more up to the players that are not in the proper, like, Arsenal is more or less the 10th best team in the Premier League. Like, other teams have better squads, better players than we do. We have a couple of phenomenal young players. We have Aubameyang, who's supposedly a really good player, but who's been really underperforming this season. I just don't feel. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Marley,
I don't know.
Marley,
it's a lot about faith as well, right? It's just like I have belief. It's just about that. I did in Emery. I do in Arteta.
The thing is,
do you not
Back
agree?
Arteta.
No.
Do you not agree? Wait. Do you answer this, Stephen, as well? You can answer this as well. Do you not believe it's like a case of attitude and application with the players as well? That's like, if your attitude isn't right, then you're not going to be able to apply yourself correctly like you're being asked to. So those two things go together. Well, but so what? How does that be? How do you resolve that then? How does Arteta resolve that attitude problem? Let's say.
That's what I was saying. His squad management has been poor. It's been very poor. The way he's treated Saliba, the way he's treated Martinelli is again. I was still raging, and though we scored straight after, he wasn't involved in it. And again, it's like Martinelli. Why? What is this kid doing wrong? That someone told me, right? You're saying he's doing nothing on the training pitch. He's doing this, he's doing that, he's doing everything. So why? What is this agenda you've got against him? It's clearly an agenda, right? Because you're playing Saka every week, right? But but yeah, and you've got certain players like Xhaka gets in the squad every week, though he makes mistakes. Right?
That's because our midfield's it's a bunch of crap, mate. We have Partey and everyone else is worse than Xhaka.
Why can't I'd still say Messi? I still say sorry, El Neni would be more safe. He'd be more safe. He wouldn't take risks like Xhaka does. He wouldn't take that risk that he did against Burnley. For starts.
Yeah, man, but like, is
that a good squad management? And we went through this. The squad management has been diabolical, and you wonder why then the players get the ump. You know, why they want to sometimes play for him because you play well. It seems at the minute you play well, you get dropped. Pepe was playing brilliantly. He got dropped. And we know he's a confidence player. So why you keep dropping players that are playing well and in form? Even Willian now, he's been dropped after a few games. So what is it? If Willian goes back to playing like crap, does he get picked every week?
Arteta not apparently he's it's about discipline apparently, isn't it, with Arteta? So if that's the case, if you go in as a manager, whatever your philosophy is, if it's still discipline, and you go into a football club and you try to instill this kind of like, yes sir, no sir, you do as I fucking say, sir, and you have to stick by it. Oh, one sec, you have to stick by that, right? And then if they're not doing it in training, but you've played them in a game and they've done well in a game, but if their attitude is wrong in training, you're not going to afford them that game time, even though they might have played well. I'm asking you the question. I don't know.
Can I just also ask, is that, Marley, you said we're improved, some of the players have improved. Aubameyang, Lacazette, right? Xhaka ain't got any better. And then he hasn't got any better. Gabriel was great to start with. Now he's getting mistakes.
Right? Steven, I'm sorry, but I can address your point. I can address your point by simply pointing you at the direction of a dictionary. Look up the word some. I said some players. I know it's not all of them.
Do me
a favour. This is the conversation. We'll continue afterwards.
I mean, let's just be honest. Arsenal are just a mid-table club. It's just final. Like
at the minute,
Arsenal are done.
They're stuck. They're gone.
Hold on, Steve. Do you see that? There's a comment there in the chat a little bit further up. Have a look.
What?
Let's go up there. Where is it? By My Football Romance.
Yeah.
Where is it?
I don't know. I'm getting past all the. I'm getting past all the funny comments in a minute.
Yeah. Scroll up. You'll see it. You've got to read it out.
And by the way, that comment, these funny comments were all started by Marley.
What? What?
Where is it?
The one about Arteta.
No, it's not about Arteta. It's about
one about the shadow or something.
That one.
Where's the other one go? The shadow. Yeah, it says. Oh, yeah, that's one of them. The shadow is wide and insurmountable. Yeah. Just accept it. That's one of them. It's fair enough.
Ouch! Wow.
But there was another one. Somewhere.
What did I do to you?
Not for you. No, that's not aimed at you. That's aimed at City. But there was another one somewhere about breaking.
Oh, the one about our own stadium.
No, about something about the archaeologists digging up an old football shirt that had Man City on it. From a fallen club.
There's something about Purple Rain. There's something about winning the lottery.
It was because we started off on the banter, and I thought he's going to read that out, and Ray's going to be like, he's going to laugh at that. I thought it was a good one, but it's gone. Where's it gone? Some bastards nicked it.
Red and blue make purple rain.
Purple Rain. Yeah.
I can't find it. So it's probably could disappear off the comments.
Noisy neighbours who won the lottery.
Ray, we can't hear you.
Oh, this is how it feels to be City. This is City. It feels to be small. You remember that one?
No, that's just that's a band.
Arsenal have got to keep Arteta. They've got to.
No, they don't. No, they
You
don't.
got to keep
They
Ollie.
do. They do.
No, they don't, because we
Why?
get relegated.
No, ask
That's
him why,
good.
Stephen.
That's good.
Man
Tell
United
us
have
why.
to go as well.
How's that
Tell us
good?
why, Adam. Adam, tell
That's
us
good
why.
for
you can't
United.
keep- Hold on.
Oh, good for you.
Listen, there's only two ways that you've got to look at this for Arsenal's point of view. If Arsenal are looking for a project and thinking, right, we're sick of, we don't want to go through loads of managers, we want a project, and they're going to give Arteta time, you have to just keep stum and accept it until they give him the time they're going to give him, because he's not going to change it. Or, as I say, by the end of the season, if Arsenal have not accrued at least half or more of the points available from now to the end of the season, they're going to get. He's surely going to go, if they've got real aspirations about having some kind of like real staying power to get into the top four. Then that's it. That's the only two ways you can look at it. Can't hear you, Ray, mate. There's something wrong with your mic.
Right, wrong with your mic.
I'll be on mute.
I'll turn my mic off because my missus is chatting in the background. I was wondering why you're ignoring me. The thing is, you can't just keep blaming the managers. You can't keep sacking them. You had Unai Emery, who's winning the Europa League for fun at Sevilla. Something that Arsenal can't even dream of winning. So, you're going to tell me he was a bad manager? Arteta, we don't know, honestly, if he's a good manager or not, because it's his first club. But the problem is, you've got to just give them time. Arsenal, it's not just the managers, but it's the people making the decisions. Whoever made the decision to spend £72 million on Pepe, they need to go and shoot him, because it's crazy. You don't buy players just because the deal is good. I remember talking to some Arsenal fans. And I said, you could do worse than getting. I mean, people probably laugh at me. I said, Fabian Delph in the right system is all right. People laugh at me. Go out and get Fernandinho. Go out and offer Fernandinho a 3-year deal, 100 grand a week or something, 120 grand a week. City can offer him maximum of 1-year deal. Offer him a 3-year deal and see what difference Fernandinho makes to Arsenal. It'll make a massive difference. And it might just be getting so many years Arsenal fans have told me we just need 2 or 3 players, but it might be get Fernandinho, just block stuff up. But don't waste money like on Pepe, 72 million on Pepe when you need.
We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that because hang on. These fans think we're going to get 3-4 players. We're going to do this. We're going to do that in the summer, right? If you may not have noticed, mate, even if FFP's gone, we've got to pay £120 million up front to the government back. That is a fact this summer, right? So at what point, when Arsenal never had to do that before and never spent any money, what's going to make them going to go spend more money? So if we need this overhaul of players that we need, right, 4 or 5 players, right, at what point is they going to go for us, 100 extra million? So which means they've spent 200 million, 20 on top, including this loan, to go and get players. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Not in this climate at a minute. Not in this climate at a minute. They've also made a £50 million loss from last season. So what makes you think they're going to go spend money? No, they ain't got the money, so they ain't going to go and spend it.
But there are
these
good
fans
players
think they're
out
going to
there.
do it.
The problem is there are good players. Like I said, Fernandinho. I think Fernandinho makes a huge difference. And he's not going to cost you a lot of money. But people want to go out and buy big name players. They want Houssem Aouar. Houssem Aouar wouldn't come to Arsenal last year.
Aouar's not going to come to Arsenal with no European football. So what I'm thinking is Bissouma, Lamptey, Campbell.
I don't know about Lamptey.
Wait, hang on. You just said that Arsenal haven't got any money. Campbell's going to cost you best part of 30 million quid at least. Not trying to let him go, but it's going to cost you. And Lamptey's already been talking about 25, 30 million.
Well, how much is how much you're forking out for Fernandinho?
Well, his contract finishes at the end of the season, so I reckon you could get him for if you basically you just be paying him a signing on bonus. Might cost you 5 million. 10 million tops.
How old is
I
he
reckon
now?
it'll cost you 5 million. Sorry?
35.
It's 35.
35.
Yeah.
35?
The thing is, if you watch him week in, week out, whenever he plays, we did a show yesterday, okay, with a load of City fans on the best City team right now, and that included Fernandinho. So the best City team, the City fans I had on last night said the best defensive midfielder is Fernandinho. So he still does a very, very good job. And I think sometimes you just got to make sure teams don't score against you.
Well,
I was going to say similar about with Arteta. If he can't get the players to do what he's trying to do now, and it's not working for him, and he can't bring anybody in, and he's not going to spend money, then he has to revert to a different system altogether. That plays to their, whatever strengths and abilities they're showing in training and stuff. Then he has to revert to something that's going to suit, because otherwise, like I say, you can't take a brick wall down with a screwdriver. You'll be there forever. Do you know what I mean? You've got to have the right tools for the job. But if the job that he's trying to do, he doesn't look like he's got the tools for. But again, I'll always go back to what I said before: is it's for the club, Arsenal. You had Wenger for so long, like United with Fergie.
Yeah.
Right? You've had who was it after him? It was Emery, wasn't it? Straight after. So you've only had 2 managers after your longest manager, right? And then after us, we had one. We're on our 4th. So it's a similar thing. You've been through 2. We're now on our 4th. So we have David Moyes, Van Gaal, Mourinho, and now Ole. So it's having been a massive club like that, like Arsenal are and were, having all that success and always being up there, everybody talking about the Arsenal. Then you've had like 2 managers since Wenger left. It's going to be a case of, for me, listen, the Cronkies, whether they're tight-fisted or not with their money, I don't know if it's, there's no way they're just going to sit idly by and give Arteta time after time after time if he continually does not get the best out of the squad and fails to get anywhere near the top 6. He's going to go, look, someone's got to give here.
They'll keep him for a very long time.
No, hang on. We're talking about a bunch of owners that don't even know the results. They don't know the results. They don't even know we're playing.
That's true.
That's that true. He's more interested in the Rams. He doesn't care. He's never even been to a final. He sent his son. The last final we were in, he sent his son. And actually, I don't even think
he's managed Newcastle in the Championship, so why can't you get Rafa Benitez?
He couldn't make the journey. Our first European final in 20 odd years, and he couldn't even make the journey. Couldn't even make the journey. Sorry, this guy doesn't care. This guy doesn't care. He would if he can make a profit in the Championship, he'll do it.
You can't make a profit in the Championship with Arsenal. It's just not
if he can make it happen, he would.
No, he can't make it happen. No, you can't even make a profit at pleading 10th or 11th in the league as Arsenal Football Club.
Well, he seems to be doing it because he's
stadium.
Not.
How much did your stadium cost? How much did your stadium cost?
350 odd million.
Have you paid for it?
Yeah, we paid for it.
Is the debt cleared?
Yeah, it's all cleared. The only debt we got is that £120 million loan that we've got to pay up. Yeah, but the thing is that he's done it. He's paid all our debts just to make it a valuable asset, so that he can take out a loan to spend more on the Rams. He used it as an insurance policy. So if I don't pay that this loan, I've got Arsenal here as a debt-free asset. It's not actually to help us out.
No, surely the league are not going to stand by and accept
that. Yes, it is.
No way, that's not how it works. You can't put a club at risk as a fucking bet. You surely not.
Yes, he is like Mike Ashley.
No.
Yes, he is.
If he does that, I'll be happy.
I don't know. What do you think to that, Ray?
He is that bad.
I don't think. No, I don't think it's as. He's not going to put the long-term future of the club at risk because it's worth too much. If you do that and it loses half the value and the income keeps on dropping, at some point he's going to have to do something. Like that's why they went out and got the Pepe deal. At some point, he will have to do something, because you cannot have an asset that's valued at whatever, Arsenal, let's say Arsenal were 2 billion quid. You cannot allow the revenues to drop by 30-40% continuously and not recover, and you can't let the value of the club drop by $500 million or whatever. You long term, that's not a good idea. He's a businessman. Isn't it? He's a businessman, and here's what you could do with that 120 million. Okay, if the government offered me 120 million, I'd go and blow it on, 120 million on black, please, or something. Go down the casino 50-50. But if you offer somebody 120 million quid, like Kroenke, interest free, okay, for a year, he'll take the money, stick it in the bank, pick 3 or 4 million quid up in interest, and then give it back. Easy thing to do. Lots of people do it. They take free money, put it in the bank, and give it back when the day before its interest starts. So if he could do that and pick up 3 or 4 million, he'll be quite happy to do that. So I wouldn't worry about that 120 million. The problem is if you've been spending it, and I don't think Arsenal have. How do you know?
They got rid of Ozil. They got rid of Socrates.
Yeah, doesn't mean they spent. Doesn't mean they touched that 120 million.
They basically paid the contract out to get him out the club.
It doesn't mean they touched that 120 million.
TV money, Stephen. Don't forget.
If they did, they got to pay it back. So my suspicion is, and I'm quite happy to be wrong, that he just got the money, put it away, and said, "I'll pick up 3 or 4 million quid interest over the course of a year by the government giving me this free money." Interest free, easy peasy.
The thing is, we've got so much money in reserves, but they never bloody spend it.
Yeah, so that's why the 120 million is a red herring. They've got money there. He doesn't want to spend it, but at some point, the Glazers start spending money. Big money. They're always spending money, but I think they went through a phase. It felt like spending bigger money to try and buy that success, because once they dropped out of the Champions League, they had to get back. Because if they didn't get back, the Adidas money would have gone down by 10 or 15 million quid. Obviously, they're not going to get the same gate receipts, and they're losing a load of money from not being in the Champions League from the TV money. And it's worth between 50 and 80 million quid. So they had to get back. So they'll spend the money to get back. Eventually, Arsenal will do the same. There's no way that that Arsenal is just something that he's not bothered about. He wants that value. He wants that cash cow, the money that he's getting. He's not just going to forget about it. So at some point, they'll have to do something. But they've tried. As I said, if you look at who they bought recently in the last 3 or 4 seasons, Lacazette, Pepe, Aubameyang, they spent money. They bought other players. They got I forgot his name. The midfielder, the one they got in the summer.
Van der Beek.
Party. Yeah. So they spent money. It's just not been, I don't think, spent wisely. Look, for me, I'll go back to that and say spending 72 million on Pepe was the wrong thing when you've got Aubameyang, you've got Lacazette, you've got Saka coming through. Why spend that much money when you could go out and get a really good centre back and another creative midfielder? I just don't understand it. So, and it's one of the things a lot of clubs do. They waste money. They go out and spend money and then complain about somebody else. And it's something that has been thrown at City by people like Chelsea. And there's a prime example. City went out and bought Leroy Sané. We paid about 37 million for him, and we were paying him 60 grand a week. Leroy Sané, when he came to City, was on 60 grand a week. Danny Drinkwater went from Leicester to Chelsea for about 38 million quid. He was on 120 grand a week. They got Bakayoko for about 40 million, and he was a waste of time. City went out and got Bernardo Silva for 43 million. And it's City have done... people have said, "Oh, you're spending too much money," but they've done very good business. And Edison, I think Edison's still on under 100 grand a week. Now, how can you go around doing stuff like that? Yeah,
Edison.
So City have done it. financially, they've done it really, really well. Other teams have, and one of the big problems at Arsenal, they put average players on 60, 80 grand a week who nobody else would pay them 60 or 80 grand a week. So they're not going to leave. And then they have to pay them off to leave. It's financial mismanagement from the people there who think they're clever.
I do believe Edison gets paid less than Stefan, I think.
And Stephen, going back to the thing with the Cronkies, this is an ongoing concern and investment that they've got, right? They cannot, like Ray says, you cannot let your investment lose value, because if you want it to become a club that is going to be desirable and have somebody come and buy it off you for a massive amount of money, you can't let that happen. So why would he do that? You won't do that. Yeah, no businessman has got
if that's the case, then so why ain't he spending
they're in by doing that?
So why is he not spending to try and get us in top 4 then and increase our value?
Hold on. Wait, this is might have to be a case of be patient as well. See, how long's he been in charge now, Arteta? How long's he been in charge? How long is it?
18 months.
How much has he spent? 18 months. How much has he spent?
No, he's spent a decent amount of money so far since he's been.
About 100, just under 100.
Yeah.
About 100 million.
Right, so he spent. So he has given the club.
No. Hang on, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. Gabriel was 26.
Pepe.
Well, 45.
Whatever it is,
45.
it's over 100 million. That's all we need to know. It's over 100 mil. So they've given him money to spend. This season, it's not quite worked out. Now, I can go back to what I said before. If their idea is we need to have a long-term plan here, they're going to keep him whatever. That means they're going to give him some more money next season in the summer transfer window. He's going to offload. He's going to bring in. They're going to give him time. But if like I said, if by the middle of the next season you're still in the very same position, then surely they're going to have to start to question it, because like even with us with Ollie, there was a progression, stall, but even the stalls, in between the stalls, we got some results. A result can be a draw or a win. So, but then there's progression, so a stall, and then a progression. So you're seeing us go slightly up and then straight, then up a bit, then straight, then up a bit. So now we've gone from the third to the second. We're still in the Europa League and everything else. So if Arsenal are thinking of going down that route, then for Arteta, he needs to be, at least next season, by the middle of the season, he needs to be in a much better position than he's in now. For them to sustain.
I understand that. If they've given a decent amount of money to spend, but like it's not just that. It's that we're talking about then also if you've got only Gabriel and Partey. You've not got Cam because Ozil obviously been shoved out the side completely, right? Mm-hmm. So you manage what you've got. If you know your midfield's crap, why are you then playing an extra midfielder to try and play more expensive? When you know we've beaten City. We've beaten City in a semi-final. We've beaten Chelsea in a final, right? To be able to win the FA Cup with a 3-4-3. We know that's worked with Arteta. We know that's worked with Arteta. So what I'm saying is, yes, it's all right trying this new system of a 4-1-3-2. But if it doesn't work, why are you sticking by it game after game after game after game? And all you're doing is changing the alignment or the tactics. You're not actually changing the system in any way. It's not really changed the system in any way.
No.
Right? It's just the fact that that the lineup has changed from when it was before.
Hold on. You've got to try though every peg in every hole. Otherwise,
yeah, but what I'm saying is, I get that he's done that. But what I'm saying is that if the system's not working, because you haven't got it, why don't you just go back to the original system? That's what I would have done.
But Steven.
If you're changing it up, I can get his point. If you're changing it up and it's not working, I can say, look, we're trying everything possible.
This is a long-term plan. It's a long-term plan, isn't it?
But I get that. But if you're
Steven,
that's what I'm saying. That's why I was expecting him to. Hang on,
but
wait.
Steven,
Wait. I was expecting him to change it every week, right? Or at least try it sometimes. If it doesn't work, change it up. If I was doing that, I'd say, look, you're doing your best you can. You just haven't got the players.
When Pep came to City, and it wasn't working that first season, yeah, he said, everybody thought Pep has to change. He can't do it. And he said, no, I'm going to do the same thing because he believed in what he was doing. Now, I think the same is Arteta believes what he's doing. He's copying a lot from Pep. He's not as good as Pep. Let's be honest about that. He's not having the same impact, but he wants the same out of Pep. Now, you have spent a bit of money, and you know better than me. You got Thomas Partey, Pablo Mari, got him cheap. Cedric Suarez, Willian on a free, Gabriel, and Alex Runarsson, and a few people on loan. So you spent a few quid, but the problem is, I think you've got to give people long enough to either hang themselves or turn it around. And I just think you've got to give him at least one more summer and see where you are next season, because you can't do it like United. I mean, United threw a lot of money at the project, and they kept having to change the managers. And now they feel they've got someone they can see that progression. But
Ray, what you're saying, I agree, and also the fact that the way Arteta conducts himself at the club plays a big part in them making a decision on to give him more time. The reason, like you said, like for Jose, for example, I mean, he gave us no choice really, did he, to give him the elbow, because he made it, he made it so difficult. But I know that's what I was getting at before, is that with the plan, the long-term plan, if the club can see that, and they go, okay, you got to try every peg in a goal, and you can't make it work, then okay, we need to get rid of him. We need to get rid of him. We need to bring in a few more players. Then let's see how it works next season.
The thing that would frustrate me is last season and a bit of this season, Arsenal done some cracking performances. They beat Liverpool. Last season. They beat City. They beat Chelsea. They beat. I remember they beat Southampton when Southampton did right.
Seriously, sort that out, man.
Everybody
Relentless,
last season.
Relentless, I can't hear you because of the wind. I can't hear you. So, but
beans he had for lunch.
What? Yeah, but what's that? That must be. It's got very fucking hot in here. Matt, you're a prick. Oh god. What was I gonna say? What I'm saying, it's all right saying you've not got the players, but then when you look at, like, say, Granit Xhaka, you look at Bellerin, you look at Willian, you look at Willian maybe has had better performances now, but you look at certain players and then you go, I'm gonna keep these players. I'm backing Xhaka. I've convinced him to stay, right? He's not getting rid of them. He's not getting rid of them. That is a fact. Not getting rid of players like Xhaka, and he's backed these players. He's not getting rid of them.
But listen, Stephen, you know as well as I do that sometimes in life you put.
He's given Holding a new contract. He's given David Luiz a new contract.
Hold on. You see stuff. I'll go back to what I said before about the training aspect of things. If you see whatever's going on in training to what's going on the pitch, if those two things aren't marrying up, then that's where you're going to get the problem. But if for him to convince like Xhaka and that to stay, then there must have been a good reason for that he believed and saw things that made him come to that conclusion. Otherwise, it was his perfect opportunity to go to the board and say, look, I'm the new manager, blah, blah, blah. This guy's got to go. He's not going to help me in my cause. You're not going to back a player that you do not believe in. Do you agree, Ray?
So I missed that. I've got so many messages coming through.
You're not going to back a player that you don't believe in at a club.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
No, I ain't putting this comment up.
But you also got to remember, Arteta's got rid of a lot of what you could call your deadwood. Yeah, he's got rid of
I will say that he's had a big part in that. I was critical of Edu, but he's had a big part in that. I would say that
because you got rid of absolute ton of players, which you needed to do. You needed to trim yourselves down. You've started to do that. Who have you got rid of? Mkhitaryan's gone. Martinez. Well, I think that was a mistake. Konstantinos, Guendouzi, hopefully he's gone. He's back into. He'll be gone for good. Torreira, hopefully he'll be going for good. But
no, I'd want Torreira.
You want him?
I'd rather him over Xhaka.
I think
I would rather him over Xhaka. You tell me he's made less mistakes than Xhaka.
Yeah, but Guendouzi would be our best midfielder if he came back.
And also Guendouzi, to be honest.
Guendouzi's not better than Partey, guys. Calm down.
Oh no, not saying that. But alongside Partey.
Yeah.
He would play well.
Relentless, we can't hear
relentless, man.
We can't hear you. Honestly, we can't.
Hey, where are you? Top of the Empire State Building, mate?
I don't know.
You can't talk to us while you're relentlessly flying.
Yeah, come on.
Marley, with your comments, I'm flying off the building here. Jesus Christ.
So much fucking wind over there. Come on, relentless, sort it out. Come on, we're going to send Joey the Whale over there to whack you. Simple.
Stop speaking American. Stop speaking American. Marley keeps talking about one American. Fuck hell.
Because Ariana Grande is Marley. I understand. I understand.
Yeah. Can you hear me now? The wind's calmed down a bit.
That's better.
Yay!
Yeah, I know. I sound like I'm skydiving while I'm doing this shit, bro.
He hit the floor. He jumped off a third floor building. He's now hit the floor.
Guys, I'm going to shoot. Thanks for.
In a bit, Ray, mate.
Thank you as ever, Ray, for coming.
Guys, take it easy.
Thank you. Nice to meet
see you later.
See you guys.
See ya.
See ya. Go on. You've muted him.
Marley, do you have to explain yourself? Because all you're doing is making me laugh, and I can't help it.
Wait, why do I have to explain myself?
Hold on. Did you learn anything? Hold on. Did you learn anything from that, mate, Stephen? Can you take anything out of that?
No, Marley's already agreed. Like, he'll turn Arteta out if she gets Ariana Grande in.
But
Steven's a good friend of mine. Do you have any idea how happy he would be? Yeah, of course I want that.
Oh, yeah, I'll back her to the end of the time.
There you go.
So can you agree on anything that was said, Stephen? Do you agree on anything that was said?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Right? I hear what you're all saying. And I agree to some parts. But, again, what's worrying me is with Arteta is you're giving him money when you've given Holding a contract, Louise a contract, Bellerin you're keeping, Willian you're keeping, Xhaka you've backed to the end of time, right? This is what I'm saying, right? You're backing players you know are not good enough. So what makes me think you're going to go into a market and go, that player's good enough?
Because we have more players that are even worse, Steven, and we can't just shift around 10 players at the same time. We can't.
I know, but why? But why? Yeah, but no. He's publicly backed them. He's backing them. He's holding the contract.
Yeah, man. Because if a player is staying on your team, you can't. What do you want Arteta to do? Do you want Arteta to go out and say, Xhaka's a bunch of shit? Yeah,
but the players aren't good enough, though. He has to recognize that as a manager and say, you know what, I have to move these players on.
No.
Yeah, well,
guys,
he's only been in the job for a year.
That's a little narrow-minded, guys. Come on. If a manager needs to keep a certain amount of players because he has more worrying players that he needs to get rid of first, he can't go badmouth these players. It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. He needs to boost their confidence.
We're not saying badmouth the players.
Look, that's only practice.
We're not saying that. We're just saying we need to get rid of the players that are going to be a hindrance to our success. Get rid of Xhaka. Get rid of David Luiz. His judgment is poor, man.
There were a couple of players that need to go now, and you can replace them. But he's backed them, and he's going to keep them. Xhaka's one of them. No, Xhaka's one of them. That's what I'm saying.
The thing is, guys, right now, unless someone actually offered good money for Xhaka, which we all know is not going to happen,
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense for us to seek out selling Xhaka for peanuts because as of now, he's our second best midfielder.
No.
We need 2 more already, mate. You guys are not thinking this through. Torreira doesn't want to play in England. He's made that very clear. Guendouzi doesn't want to be a professional, not even football player. He doesn't want to be a professional anything. So guys, like right now, our second best midfielder is Xhaka. If it's not, dude, yo, CP, what's up? If it's not Xhaka, it's freaking El Neni. I'm not gonna judge a manager for choosing a pile of crap over a pile of shit. They're both really bad. They're both really bad. It doesn't really matter, but like, it's just that, like, I agree with every single player you guys don't like. I know, like, I watch football. I see them play, and they're freaking horrible. I know that. But we're not going to possibly be able to... I mean, we can sell every single one of them. We can sell every single one of them, but we're not going to have... We just know we're not going to spend enough to replace every single one. Guys, we just got to be more patient. That it's just like... No, I know it's tough to accept it, but it's...
I understand that, but when you're going to get someone like Bissouma, right, I don't care. I don't care if we had to sell Xhaka for peanuts. He's worth peanuts, right? He's not even worth peanuts, mate. He ain't got no nuts, right? Right? So then she needs to go get a Snickers bar, right? Honestly,
I want to see you say that to his face. He's a scary dude.
He hasn't got no nuts. He hasn't. He's like, he had a pair of nuts. He would apologize after he told us to fuck off. But there you go. Look. Like I've said. If you're wanting to buy a Bissouma, or
who's the get Bissouma, there's not
but what I'm saying is, if you're going to come out and say you're going to get these players, right? Surely then it doesn't matter, right? Whether you're selling for peanuts or you get a decent offering, just get rid of him, because you know what he's going to do. He's going to fucking cause a mistake. I've never seen El Neni make so many mistakes like Xhaka. I've never seen it.
Oh, mate, when like 90% of your game's passing sideways, you're not going to miss much.
I know that, but what I'm saying is, I'd rather DM be safe and play like that rather than take a risk right outside the box trying to lob it over someone's head. Right? I'm sorry. As a DM, you're supposed to be there to cover the defense and take control of situations. El Neni does that. He makes it safe. He makes it safe with a back line that's crap. What more do you want?
But like, if we're not gonna get Guendouzi or Torreira back, honestly, man, I wouldn't sell El Neni either. Right now, the worst of our four CMs or DMs right now, in my opinion, and I think everyone needs to agree, is Ceballos, because I have no idea what he's been doing. He's been crap. He's not ours. We're going to send him back to Real Madrid. Okay, we're going to need one more. That's apparently Bissouma or someone in that position. If we get rid of El Neni or Xhaka, we're going to have to spend again and bring someone else. Given that we need a freaking right back, we most likely need a left back, just so that there's some backup for Tierney. And we're probably going to have to get a number 9, because I can see Nketiah and one more of Lacazette or Aubameyang leaving. So, man, like, it's just like, we got to set our priorities, man. We can't just...
Can I just raise something? Right, I agree, but can I just raise something that we've got?
I'm sorry, he makes dangerous... He makes... I'll tell you one thing. He makes... Xhaka always makes something very, very dangerous.
Yeah, we've seen it, mate.
But what I'm telling you...
He makes me feel dangerous. He makes me feel fucking dangerous watching him.
Oh, man.
No, Ariana does that for me. Ariana does that for me, man.
Ariana Grunit? Is that what you're saying?
Listen,
are you saying Ariana Grunit?
Hold on. I'll ask you a question about what happened. You see what he's putting? Hold on, Steve. Steven. Bring it back, man. Bring it back, dude.
I can't.
Bring it around town, Mr. Peps. Right, listen. So,
hang on, who's the one's been spitting out on the motion?
Right, Stephen, come on, Listen.
I'm sorry. He's been going on about it fucking all in the comments.
I know, but look, I just want to raise this because it's an interesting thing what he's put on. I only just read
the
it.
last point because I'm going to wrap this up because
Matt was talking about the offside rule, which says
the offside rule. Sorry, yeah, go on.
If one part of the body is in line with the defender, it's onside, which creates more goals. Is that what they're going with? You having a fucking laugh?
Oh my life!
That can't be right. No way.
Let's fuck the offside rule now.
That's going to be confusing as crap.
So if my hand is in line, if the rest of my body's offside, but
the
my hand is
rule's
onside,
changing week after week.
Whoa! I'm just saying this. So basically, what you're saying is, if all my body's offside, but my hand is onside, I'm onside.
Yeah, that's what I read. That can't be. But you know what? Do you know now when we was talking to Niall and I said, look, what if you put you've got the line? No, you've got the line, yeah, the offside line, yeah. Oh. Then you put another line in front of that line, which is like a little kind of proportional advantage line. And if you stray too far into that proportional advantage line, then it's offside. But if you're not, even halfway over that line with your foot or whatever, then it's not offside. That's simple. You can't be doing what they've said. That's crazy. That's just
what they're going to be doing.
Oh yeah, of course.
Arsene Wenger declared it for FIFA.
Wow. I can just see a trend where professional players insert tails to their backs.
Yes,
just to gain advantage now.
No, they'll just keep Marley. What they'll do is they'll run in front of them, but keep their arm stuck out in behind the line, waiting for the ball, waiting for them to kick the ball. And then once they've kicked it, they'll pull their arm and then run. It's fucking nonsense.
They're gonna start running like freaking cartoons with their hands behind their.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Or their hair, they'll just put like a train. Have a train of hair behind you. So your hair's always on the side. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. I can't believe that's how they're going to go with it. I don't believe that. I think Matt's just made that up to cause an argument. Is that right, Matt?
Yo, but Stephen, just addressing that point, like I'm not saying Xhaka should still be your starter for Arsenal next season. I'm saying he should become a squad player because we have players that are worse than him, in my opinion. That's all there is. But if someone offered 20 mil plus for Xhaka, yes, I'd sell him. But I don't see that happening. If we like seek out the exit of Xhaka, he's probably gonna go for like 10 or 15. And
good.
Like I just don't see that money being used.
I wouldn't even
properly.
pay a penny.
I wouldn't either, mate. I wouldn't either. Xhaka's crap, but dude, like he's the second best we got right now. Or third.
I think he's our worst midfielder, man. He's our worst midfielder.
Nah, man. Ceballos recently, like I just can't.
It's more like Kylie Minogue with Ceballos spinning around. I know what I mean.
Anyway, I'll check it out, man.
But Chris, before we go in, I said her out. Right. Everyone are in. But there you go.
You know what? It's good to have a decent debate about the Arteta out business because at least now there is.
I get that. I get that. I just you're not convincing me.
No, well, you know, this is all we can do as football fans is share our opinions and stuff.
Chris, what do you want to say? Because we're going to wrap it up soon.
I think I think since Arteta is not going to leave, I'm pretty sure we'll see what he does in the summer, and then we can change our opinions on him, maybe.
Yeah, that's pretty much my thought as well.
I'm in the middle, so I don't even care. I'm not even an Arsenal fan, so it doesn't concern me.
Go on.
Oh yeah, you support Liverpool. That's what you support.
Yeah, the second most successful club in England.
Nah, you guys are rubbish.
Mm-hmm.
Go on, Charlie. One more point.
I also saw the other day that apparently they're going to replace throw-ins with kick-ins.
Oh, for fuck's sake! What are we playing rugby now?
Yo,
have a scrum for a free kick.
I want to say something, and I'm sure Takemu is gonna back me here.
Oh God.
Yeah, before you ask that, no, it's not serious. You have the chance. Like, come on, why go for Ariana Featley when you can go for Steve Grande? And like Steve Grande would be a majestic name, for a very specific branch of
I got an
vaccine.
in on the end. You prick. I got an in on the end.
Steve Grundy, vacuum salesman. Hey, they say, you want to see suction on this one? It'll suck anything up this lot. Absolutely smashing.
With that, I'm fucking ending it. Luke, if you want to join on, Ted.
Wait, are you guys gonna do a show together or something?
Who?
Grande is Steven. Grande is Steven, bro.
Let's get on.
Like the Grande Steven show.
No, I love it. I'm so fucking off.
Like every week it's a weekly show or something.
I'm buying a ticket now.
I can't believe it just said
Bro, you
that.
get lots of views, bro. You get views.
No, yeah, we're pitching a show where Steven and Ariana host together, but Steven's got a really full schedule.
No, I'll fit her in. No, I just said no. I just said no. Relentless has just gone. They said, "Well, you two doing a show." They said, "Let's get it on."
Yeah, let's get it on.
Marvin Gaye.
Yeah. Come on, Malik.
Yeah, that's gonna be Steven. That's gonna be Steven's favorite guest. Bro.
Thanks to everyone in the comments. Thank you.
Steven's favorite guest, man.
All right, if you want to join me backstage, Luke, you can join backstage or Matt. But yeah, thanks to everyone in the comments. Shut up. Thanks to everyone in the comments, and thanks to everyone. This has been rival Banter the Rivals.
I heard she opens her DMs all the time.
I wish I could DM her, Jesus. But we'll be back tomorrow with the preview for the Albania game, and then F1 is back with qualifying. So make sure you tune into that. But until then, stay safe, stay well, and